It's time to leave. Our ego's at the door because Amazon Basics is in town and they want to drive your amplifier. So, terrible intro. Hey, what's going on? My name is Brian Bauer, and today we are going to be reviewing the Amazon Basics OD. If you are new around this channel, I try to do some gear reviews. I mostly do a lot of things based in heavy metal, but I also do like my rock and roll and stuff as well. Just generally anything with guitars. So sometimes I do reviews. I try to release some, fun videos like that aren't necessarily, review based and all that stuff. Sometimes we just have fun and be a YouTuber, So do a bunch of things. So if you're new, you can click the subscribe button. You can all click the like button because you probably haven't yet. And if you have, thank you very much. Notification bell if you haven't done that to see when I'm screwing around here on YouTube. And, all that kind of stuff helps. So thank you very much. So Amazon Basics, not something you think about when you think about your pedal board or guitar tone or anything like that. You think, cheap camera bags, a power supply or some sort of thing like that. But, well, Amazon Basics didn't make this. You can tell it came in, this lovely yellow envelope. It's actually made by Shenzhen Flanger Musical Instruments Company, and they're based out of Shenzhen, China. Basically, it's contracted out like anything else. Well, Jeff Bezos may not even know that they make this thing. I think I'm going to call it the Bezos Drive, or the Bezos Booster. Now, we might not get an out-of-this-world tone with it, but hey, at least it's $23. We can take the hit, right? Probably just to help him fund his next spaceship or luxury spaceship or something. Either way, we've got this little pedal here, little metal box, decent little switch on it, a nice bright LED, 3 knobs, a drive, a tone, and a level. It does not take a battery, so you do need a 9-volt power supply to get this to work. Now, it's a nice little tiny pedal, so it's not going to take up a whole lot of room on your, your pedal board or something like that. But hey, if we can't afford to get an Ibanez Tube Screamer or like the Maxon 8008 or something, well, why can't we use something like the Bezos Booster here in my hand? It's $23 Canadian, which means should be cheaper in the US, which is probably where most of the people are going to watch this video. It's a cheap Overdrive. Amazon can get away with selling this stuff cheap, but is this thing actually really good? I think that it probably will be pretty cool because these are easy to replicate. I've tried the Behringer, I've tried the Ibanez. They were pretty close. Does this one compete? Let's find out right now. We're gonna get straight to the playing. Right now, it's time to test this Amazon Basics Overdrive out. So first off, we're gonna run it into a clean tone with my Epiphone Les Paul Special 2. You might remember this from one of last year's videos. That's done really well upgrading it with a DiMarzio Crunch Lab, a DiMarzio Liquefier neck. We're going to be running it into the Kemper Profiler. It's going to be a matchless profile by Michael Britt, which is actually a really nice clean tone. So let's listen to it. And then the neck pickup. I think it sounds really good, and some of these profiles do take pedals quite well into the front. And if you think about the Kemper in a sense, like it starts off with like stomps, then the cabs, like the cabs and the amps and all that stuff, and then some of the other effects like the delays and such. So it actually makes sense to run the Overdrive into this. You don't have to, but this is what I have to test it out with. So there you go. So anyway, we have our clean tone, but we are going to flick this on, and I'll go through some of the settings with you. All right, she's on now. This is definitely for more of the dad rock guys right now, so Try the neck pickup. And I always like the bridge pickup, so you know. right, let's go through some of the settings here. So as you can see, I got my gain up to about 3 o'clock. The tone is all the way up. So I'll turn the gain down a little bit. Not bad. Let's turn it all the way down. So if I turn it off, turn it back on, so you can tell already, I honestly think this thing sounds pretty cool. Let's go about halfway, right at noon. I like it right there, a little bit more of that bite though. I'm more of a metal guy in a lot of ways. But hey, a little bit of, boomer bending, a little bit of dead rock chords, it's pretty cool. Let's turn the gain all the way up and go. Now I don't hear a huge difference between all the way up and about 3. Now I got the tone all the way up, but we'll turn the tone down maybe about, let's turn it all the way off, hear it. All right, turn it up a little bit more. I think in the sense of a pedal like this, we do want our tone up a ways, so we don't have a muddy tone. Now, it's pretty subtle in some senses, but the tone knob is really kind of where things kind of brighten up. The whole point of an overdrive is to push that amp and hopefully, cut through a mix. So we get a bit more of like all the way down. Not bad. Let's turn it up halfway though, right there. No, it's nice and creamy. I'm digging that. Let's turn it up about 3/4 there. But it's like this here. But that lacks a little bit in the rhythm department there, so I think this is my favorite setting here, but we can turn the volumes down a little bit. Hey, that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's turn it down a little bit more. See here, it's fairly balanced, it sounds like anyway. I don't know how to describe that part, but I want a little bit more volume, a little bit more boost from this little Bezos booster we've got. Not maybe going to space today, but hey, at least we got a cool tone for $23. Now, obviously I have a Kemper and stuff, so not quite $23, but the pedal is $23 Canadian, so. Okay, in this sense, I give this pedal my seal of approval. Let's switch this up to a little bit of a metal tone now. So I've got my ESP LTD SC200 project guitar finally working again. It's awesome. It plays so absolutely killer. I should really just make another video on it at some point. But either way, we have the Seymour Duncan JB. That's a classic for rock and roll, but works great in metal. Anyway, we're going to try to, boost this Mesa Boogie Mark V profile a little bit with this thing. So how you should really typically set this up is for boosting something with high gain is drive down, tone up, okay? We're gonna try to tighten that up. And volume, well, we'll put it wherever. It doesn't really matter. A lot of profiles on Kemper are already boosted. This one could be too, but I don't know. Anyway, let's just listen. All right, do the same thing, overdrive on. Is it making the tone a little bit clearer and punchier? Absolutely is. Let's turn it on. We'll just turn the drive up a little bit, but nah, set like this is perfectly fine. How many settings are you actually going to use in these things? Most people are going to find like, 1 or 2 spots and they're going to keep it. So either way, I'm thinking this sounds pretty fine right now. So hell yeah. All right. My overall conclusions of this pedal. Is this a good pedal? Hell yes, it is. Is it prestigious? Not for an absolute second. Does your audience know that you're using this pedal? No, they don't. They don't care. Nobody cares. The only people that care that much about gear are the guitar players. Now, at $23, I thought this would be, a good thing to try out. Is the be all end all? Does this make it? Is it better than an Ibanez or some really nice one? No, it's not. Does it compete? Absolutely. There's no prestige to it. Is it gonna be? There's nothing unique about this pedal. It's an overdrive. It boosts your amp. But for the most part, that's what people want. And I think this thing is pretty cool. I got some tones that I quite liked with it. I could record with this and it would sound good. You would be surprised how well some people do with cheap gear make amazing tones, because it's all about knowing how to dial that stuff in. I'm not the best at it. I'm not going to say that I am or not, because it's like I know people that are way better. Daryl V, for example, is amazing at that kind of stuff. Friend Philip, he can do all that stuff too. Now, a competitor to this pedal would probably be like the Donner pedals. They're like all those little mini pedals as well. I would also say Behringer is definitely a competitor. I have to say that right now I like this one a little bit better than the Behringer because it's not made of that cheap plastic. The Behringer is a little bit better because it's a little bit bigger, so maybe better for, you're like, tapping it during a live show or something like that. But in the overall, I think this is a pretty good pedal. So what did you think? I mean, you can tell me below in the comments whether you like it or not, or what I could do to improve the tone or whatnot. You know what? At $23, most of you probably could pick this up and try one of them out. It's not a big hit like some of the other pedals out there, like the Klon and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. You can click the subscribe button, like button, and the notification bell. And I will see you guys all in the next video. See yas.